In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Wednesday, June 25th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our June 25th MLB slate we got going on for Wednesday. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetChefD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 10.1 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 20K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so you can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now for yesterday's video, we went 3-2. Well, it's technically 2-2. We're waiting on the ending of that Rockies game. I gave you two plays. I gave you team total over the Dodgers. They already cleared that. They got the 9 runs. But I gave you the main play as Dodgers -1.5. Right now it is 9-7. And if they just get these 3 outs, then we went 3-2 in the previous video. And yet again, we are over 500, and that's the goal. All right. Continue to give you these winning plays. All right. So, on the Patreon, you guys missed out on the top play of the day. That was Houston Astros on the money line. As you can see, that cashed as well. We're waiting on some other stuff to come through, but as of right now, main play, Astros cashed. All right, so if you want to join this community, as you can see right here, people posting plays, winning plays. As you can see, we're going over plays, sharing. If you want to join this community that you see right here, click on the link provided down below. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. First up in guaranteed rate field here, we have the Chicago White Sox 25-55 going against the Arizona Diamondbacks 41-38. We have starting pitcher Zach Gallen 5-8 with a 5.60 ERA going against Sean Burke here 3-7 with a 4.50 ERA. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have the Diamondbacks -140 with the comeback of the White Sox at a +115. Total runs set at 9. Public bet percentage here, 80% of the bets, 98% of the money all over Arizona. For the total runs, 99% of the bets, 98% of the money towards the over 9 in the total. Right now, the Diamondbacks have been dominating the White Sox 10-0 and 4-1 in the first 2 games. This is the third and final matchup of this series, all right? For the pitching matchup here with Sean Burke, going for the White Sox here, he has been solid at home, 3.43 ERA, 234 batting average, so he's keeping the average low. If we're looking at his advanced number, he is giving up some power here to both righties and lefties. They're both over 1. Low strikeout rate, that's not good at all. When you're facing a very high octane offense here in the Diamondbacks. Walk rate 12, almost 13% here versus lefty. That is horrible. So he's giving opportunities here to lefties. He's keeping the average low, but the average to righties is a concern. So he's walking lefties and he's letting righties get on base. 266 batting average, 1.32 whip, and there's regression on both left and righties. So obviously this is the White Sox and they should not be trusted. And this is definitely a spot when you're looking at Arizona team who was 4th in home runs, 3rd in runs, 4th in batting average, 3rd in on base percentage, 2nd in slugging. This is a very, very bad matchup. All right, so so far we're all over the Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen, just so you guys see him a little bit, he has pitched better on the road outside of Arizona, which is a positive. 4.81 ERA. You might look at that, hey, whoa, that's a little bit too high. I would agree, but this is the Chicago White Sox, all right? So his problem is a home run ball, 1.77 home run per 9 versus righties, 1.99 against lefties. That's a concern. 9.8 walk rate as well versus lefties, but he's keeping the average low to both lefties and righties with hits, okay? And we see progression for his numbers versus righties as well, so that's a positive. Actually, progression versus righties and lefties, looking at his xFIP. So This is Zach Gallen, top tier pitcher here. Has had his ups and downs this season, but we already know what type of pitcher he is. Corbin Burns is out, and he is now like the lead horse in this rotation here, giving the Diamondbacks to sweep them. Like them on a money line at -140. Secondary play will be Diamondbacks -1.5 going up against this horrible team here in the White Sox. In American Family Field here, we have the Milwaukee Brewers 44-36 going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates here 32-49. Pitching matchup here, Paul Skeens 4-6 1.85 ERA going up against Jacob Mezorowski here 2-0 with a 1.64. This is the battle of phenoms here. Paul Skeens, obviously phenomenal season last year, and this is the top pitching prospect here for the Brewers here, and Jacob. Both of these guys have been fantastic. Jacob, obviously, the only 2 starts here, but you see a lot of promise and a lot of potential in him. And this is definitely a matchup we have been waiting for here. And then we get it perfectly great matchup here. NL Central battle. Looking at the odds, -115 for the Pirates with the comeback of the Brewers at a -105. So Brewers are underdogs in this one. Total runs at 6.5. They got this total super low here. But money's coming in on the over. That's why you see the over 6.5 has a -120. All right, looking at this public bet percentage here, 70% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the Brewers. For the total runs, 99% of the bets, 99% of the money all over the over 6.5. So very interesting here with these 2 pitching phenoms. Both of these teams have been going over the total, 9 in the first game, 12 in the second game. I could be a little bit, go against the grain on this one here. If I'm looking at the numbers, there's nothing to look at. Mizrachi only had 2 starts. Phenomenal strikeout numbers. He strikes out lefties very good at a 40% clip, but you need some time to go by. Paul Skeens has been impeccable, doesn't give up any power as well. So it's a wash between going with pitcher and pitcher here. I'm going to go with the team with the better offense. All right. And that would be the Milwaukee Brewers. Clearly, Pirates have so many issues here offensively. And you get a top tier talent here in Mizorowski. They can definitely be hampered. All right. So this game here, I'm going to go with the main play, Brewers on the money line. Brewers on the money line. Secondary play under 6.5. Go against the grain here and fade the public and the sharps. In Petco Park here, we have the San Diego Padres 42-36 going up against the Washington Nationals 33-46. Pitching matchup here, Mackenzie Gore 3-7 with a 3.19 ERA going up against Nick Pivetta 7-2 with a 3.64 ERA. Looking at these odds here, we have the Padres as home favorites here, -140 with the comeback of the Nationals at a +115. Total runs at 8. All right, public bet percentage here, 84% of the bets, 97% of the money all over San Diego. For the total runs, at 90% of the bets, 87% of the money towards the over 8 in the total. All right, so far right now, Washington is winning the series 1-0. We're waiting on the ending of the second game, and then we'll see where we're standing in this third and final matchup here. But looking at the pitchers, we're going to start off with Nick Pivetta. Let's see what he is cooking with. He has been phenomenal at home with a 2.93 ERA at home, 212 batting average, so very, very low batting average. Phenomenal strikeout numbers, 50 strikeouts in 46 innings. That's what you want to see. Looking at advanced numbers, he is giving up some power to righties at a 1.61 home run per 9. That's the Achilles heel. Lefties here, he's been dominant, and that's what you're going to see mostly with the Nationals here. A lot of lefties. James Wood, Abrams, and they have a ton of lefties here. But low home run per 9, that's good. Very high strikeout rate. 185 average, below 1 whip. So this Pivetta's in a very good spot here. Mackenzie Gore on the other end here has had a slight little downgrade on the road, 4.01 ERA, 286 batting average. Looking at the advanced numbers here, he's giving up no power to righties. That's good. 30% strikeout to righties, 32% strikeout to lefties. So definitely strong suits there. He can walk some lefties and give up power. 2.25 home run per 9 versus lefties. We got to watch out for the lefties in this lineup here. Cronenworth, Jackson Merrill, other lefties that they have are definitely in the spot that they could hit some home runs. But We got progression versus lefties. That's a positive with his xFIP. And we just got to watch out for his hits against righties. 293 batting average he has given up in a 1.50 whip. So nothing too egregious. Definitely, this is the ace of the Nationals here, and he has a lot of potential. I really like Mackenzie Gore. In this particular matchup, I like the under. All right, under would be the main play, under 8 in this one. And secondary play, I would ultimately take the Padres to get this win. But I think the best play in this one is going to take the under 8 runs in this one. In Comerica Park here, we have the Detroit Tigers 50-30 going against the Athletics 32-49. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Jacob Lopez 1-4 with a 4.25 ERA. Going against Jack Flaherty here 5-8 with a 4.83 ERA. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, Tigers are home favorites -165 with the comeback of the Athletics at a +140. Total runs at 8.5. Public bet percentage here, 86% of the bets, 92% of the money all over the Tigers. And for the total runs, 99% of the bets and money towards the over 8.5 in the total, all right? So right now, so far, this matchup is just 1-0 towards the Tigers. We had a big blowout game there, 15 runs in the first one. We'll see what happens in this one. Jacob Lopez is on the mound, and he has struggled mightily on the road at 6.92 ERA, 333 batting average as well. That's not good. If we're looking at the advanced numbers, he's a righty, right? No, he's a lefty. So looking at his numbers here, and Detroit Tigers are one of the top teams versus lefties as well. 1.69 home run per 9 versus righties. A walk rate almost at 10. 340 batting average and 197 whip. This is not a good matchup at all. 5.65 extra. Yeah, no. Jacob Lopez is definitely definitely in a spot he should be exploited in with his Detroit Tigers offense. Jack Flaherty here, he's had some struggles the last 2 starts, giving up 8 runs against the Rays and then 7 against the Cincinnati Reds. Other than that, he has been pretty good this season. I'm thinking that those 2 last games were anomalies there. He's been strong at home with a 3.74 ERA, 173 batting average, 59 strikeouts in 43 innings. He's really, really been good at home here. Striking out 40% of righties here, 28 versus lefties. Low average, low whip. His issue here, his issue is power, okay? Righty power, 1.25 home run per 9, and then lefty power is going to be 2.49 home run per 9, and then the walk rate is at 15. So we definitely got to watch out for some lefty power here with the Athletics. But Athletics are a team that they take advantage of lefty pitching and not righty pitching. They struggle against righties, and he's the guy that can get righties out. All right, so ultimately love the Tigers in this one. I think Jack Flaherty, this is the perfect spot for him to bounce back in. So give me the Tigers -165 on the money line. Secondary play will be team total over for the Tigers. All right. In Daikin Park here, we have the Houston Astros 46-33 going up against the Philadelphia Phillies here 47-32. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Zach Wheeler 7-2 with a 2.61 ERA going up against Colton Gordon here 2-1 with a 4.54 ERA. Looking at this odds here, we have Phillies as road favorites -160 with the comeback of the Astros at a +135. Total runs at 7.5. Public bet percentage here, 62% of the bets coming in on the Phillies, but 64% of the money coming in on Houston here. So sharps and public is definitely on opposite sides here. Sharps are on the Astros. For the total runs, 99% of the bets, 99% of the money towards the over 7.5 in the total. Looking at the matchup right now, Houston took the first game so far of the series. We'll see who's going to win the second one. Zach Wheeler has been pretty strong this year on the road and at home. 286 ERA, 201 batting average as well. Looking at his numbers, he does give up some power to righties, 1.50 home run per 9 as well. We have a 32% strikeout rate to righties and 29% to lefties, so those are strong numbers there. Nothing really to pick on for Zach Wheeler. Colton Gordon, on the other hand, has had some struggles. That was earlier in the season when he first came up originally, but looking at his numbers, 5.31 ERA at home, a 294 batting average. All these numbers look like a really good spot for the Phillies. Versus righties, a 2.60 home run per nine. He's giving a power to righties, and the average is at 311 as well. But we do see progression in his xFIP. So looking at his last 3 starts as well with Colton Gordon, giving up 2 runs against Athletics, 2 runs against Minnesota, and 0 against Cleveland. I do see a better pitching from Colton Gordon. And in this one here with Houston, they just been on a tear, man. Winning 10 games. Out of the last 13 games, they've won 10. They're 10-3 out of the last 13, if you want to say it that way. This team is just on. It's hard to fade this team, despite the fact that the pitching matchup looks like it's on in the favor of the Phillies here. I'm going to have to agree with the Sharps in this one. I see we got pros versus Joes, and I'm going to be a pro in this one. I like the Astros as an underdog here. I can't fade it. Give me the Astros plus 135. Secondary play will be the over on the total of 7.5. I think the opposite happens of what we saw in this first game, all right? So that's going to be our breakdown for our slate we got going on Wednesday. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We could definitely debate about that down below. Also, get signed up for the Patreon. Click on that link provided down below. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes up 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.